When the alarm sounds in a long-term care home, who answers and how quickly? I'm Christina Howard, and those questions are being raised after a CityNews exclusive story aired earlier this week about a 69-year-old man who allegedly died while trapped in his bed rails. Now, some say the home in question has a history of ignoring patient alarm bells. And while the province does have a rule that all homes must have a patient communication system, there are no regulations when it comes to response times. This is a video filmed by Nellie DeJong walking through the halls of Maple Manor Long-Term Care Home. That sound, a patient alarm bell.
You can see by the tape that there is absolutely no staff there whatsoever and very little residents, and that's because they're all parked in the room and the alarm is going in the background the entire time that I'm filming.
Her mother only moved into the home last month, and already DeJong has become so frustrated with the care that she's filed complaints and started timing patient alarms.
I've actually heard the alarms going, and I timed it, and it was 25 to 30 minutes before the alarm was answered. At some point I was frustrated and I said to somebody, "What is that alarm going on?" I knew full well what the alarm was, but I wanted to see what they would say, and her response was, "Oh, well, that's just a patient alarm bell for a bathroom bell." And so I just found I don't like the response time.
Kevin McNeil is convinced his father's alarm bell sounded when he died earlier this month.
Every time I was there, it worked fine. I'd get him dressed to go out, or he'd sit up, the thing would go off, pretty sensitive. And just that day it went off, and nobody got to him in a quick time. I mean, I don't know exactly the time. They're trying to figure that out.
Do you think that a quicker response time could have prevented the death of Danny McNeil?
I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that. I believe that it was a poor response time.
And while government regulations state that all homes must equip all patient rooms and areas with alarms, according to a Ministry of Health spokesperson, there is no requirement in the Long-Term Care Homes Act that specifies a standard time for a response to a patient alarm. He adds that the ministry expects long-term care home staff to respond to alerts and calls in a timely manner and to ensure the care needs of the resident are met. LTC homes would have their own internal policies and procedures on this matter. We asked Maple Manor's administrator repeatedly about their own best practices and guidelines for responding to patient alarms. They have repeatedly declined comment as McNeil's death is still under investigation. DeJong is shocked that the government doesn't regulate response times and believes that's one of several safety issues that needs closer attention.
They could be choking, something could be going on, and there's nobody there. There needs to be a staff member, I believe, sitting with them at all times. And if there is an alarm going off, you need to address that immediately.
McNeil's family is hoping that a final inspection report from the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care will help to determine ultimately what caused his father's death and if steps could have been taken to prevent it.